Hi, welcome to In the Moment with Diane Christiansen. Today I will be interviewing a teen student of mine who's had a sizable amount of success as an actor in Hollywood. In the studio today we have teen star Joey Luthman. Joey, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's so great to have you here. And I
Yeah.
know you've been busy going to the red carpet day after day and doing some interviews for your own show, the Joey and Elise Show.
Yes, that's true because for the Young Artist Awards, which is Sunday, we're going to be interviewing for our show. And unfortunately, my little sister could not be here for it, but I will be here. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to put it on. We like to do Skype,
Right.
so we'll have that interview going while Elise is back in Ohio at the studio.
Great.
And so that'll be pretty cool, and that'll be a lot of fun because that'll be like it's a different side because normally I'm the one being interviewed, and this time I get to interview people. So it's another side of the red carpet.
This year, congratulations, you are nominated for Best Actor in a Short Film, Mad Dog and the Flyboy.
Yeah.
And in 2008, you won Best Child Actor in the Omni Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, you did win Best Actor in a TV Series, Best Recurring Young Actor on Weeds, on Showtime. You've won Best Actor in Private Practice in a guest star role.
Yeah.
You also won the 2009 Young Artist Award for Private Practice on ABC. You have just been on fire, Joey. So are you ready for some questions that I know people want to hear?
Totally. Let's do it.
All right. When did you know that you wanted to be an actor?
Well, I knew when a while ago when my brothers and sisters were doing theater because we had a lot of community theater going on, and I know my parents they did some of it, and my brothers and sisters they all did it together as a family, and I was watching them, and I thought it was kind of interesting what they were doing. So I started following them around, and I started kind of repeating after them, like I was like learning their lines for them in a way, and it was a lot of fun. I thought this is kind of interesting, so I started to join them, and pretty soon we were doing I was doing plays with my brothers and sisters. As I got older, I started doing more plays by myself, with maybe a couple with my brothers and sisters, but more just by myself. And I really liked doing that too. And then pretty soon, my parents they saw I was doing this, and they thought I really liked this. So we went to they were looking up. They saw this. It was like this talent. Like showcase kind of thing, where you perform, and I went to that, and we went to both for 2 years, one in Orlando, Florida, and then Las Vegas, and I won both for acting and modeling.
So it was a contest
Yes,
as well.
yes, and that was a lot of fun. Where and also there is how we got to LA basically,
Right.
because there some people were telling us you really should you should go out to LA. You should start doing some film and stuff. And we tried it for a little bit. We kept coming back and forth from Ohio to LA, and we started doing some short films, and I really liked that. I thought that was great because short films, they may not pay a whole lot, nothing, but they're great because they're basically like training. They're building you up so that you get experience with the camera, that you get experience, on the set, and how it feels with other actors and doing scenes, and how it all comes together with the editing and everything, and that prepares you for big television shows and really
Absolutely.
big feature films. And that's great because I did a lot of them. I did like 20 or so short films when we came out here, and that was great because that was just building me up, building me up for when later on I went on to do October Road, and then Weeds and Private Practice and all those other ones. And so that's it's great. Short films are just, they're great. And I always, even though like after I booked October Road, I still went back to do short films. And it's because it's great, and I got a lot of friends everywhere with short films now. Yeah.
People want to know what it's like working on iCarly
Oh.
because you have so many fans of
Mhm.
Fleck and Dave.
Well,
So let's talk about that.
okay. Well, iCarly was amazing. It was the most fun that I've ever had on any set.
Yeah.
Because that I could just go crazy and I could do whatever I wanted and no one would care. I mean, like I could you know, there was one scene, you know, I'm you know, coming in. I'm dressed in purple. I got a purple wig on, and I'm, you know, screaming to my friend. And then there's another scene. I'm dressed up like a girl, and blood squirting out of me. And I'm screaming my head off. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and I love that experience because it's just we're laughing a whole lot and making jokes, and everyone was nice on the show too. You know, there was Miranda Cosgrove and Jerry Trainer, especially Jerry Trainer. He's hilarious. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And also, what I noticed is that the one of the head guys, like the head guy, you know, Dan Schneider, who is he's the producer, he's the writer and the creator of the show.
Right.
So yeah, what I noticed about him is that he really liked to get, you know, hands on with things, and he liked to get every little detail. You know, some things that we missed, he'd say, okay, do this, and you know, he'd change lines here and there, and he was really detailed with every little tiny thing. He wanted to get it perfect. So I thought that was really cool because I never really noticed that before with, you know, the people, with the producers and the writers, but they you know, he really liked to get it exactly perfect.
How important has ongoing training been for you?
Oh, it's super important. It's like, you know, even though you get so much training along the way, and you may think you're amazing because you've gotten so much training and you know everything about everything, but you don't. You know, you can always learn more. And I love that because, you know, it's true. You can always learn more. You know, if you always get training, you'll always, you know, you'll keep up with what's going on. And sometimes I even find that when I haven't trained with people for a while, it's like I start to lose that, you know, that kind of feeling that, you know, I know
the edge.
The edge that like I know how to do certain things, but I can't really remember how to do it because I haven't had training in a while. So I think ongoing training is amazing because, you know, you keep up with what's going on, and it really helps you along the way, you know, to just get better and better.
Joey, I know everybody wants to know what it was like working on Weeds.
Well, Weeds was really fun because Mary Louise Parker is great. And that's the first name that comes up when you think of Weeds, is because, you know, she's she's the star. So, you know, her and Hunter Parrish and Alexander Gould, who at the time they were all, you know, very much older than I was, but they still were very nice to me. And even the studio teacher, Tom Goodrich, yes, I remember his name. I do not forget. That was a blast because he was the coolest studio teacher ever. Whenever we weren't working on schoolwork, we were playing Guitar Hero, and that was awesome. And, you know, just working with them, you know, they were all very nice. Great people. It was a great experience, and I was pretty young for the show. I think I was 11 at the time, but it was still great, you know, because it was a great experience, and just working on that show, everyone knows the show, so it was very cool. I loved working on it.
If you could work with anyone that you haven't worked with yet, who would that be?
Well, there's a lot of fun people out there that I would love to work with. A few that come to mind or a couple that come to mind would probably just be, you know, of course, the famous Jim Carrey.
Oh, yes.
Jim Carrey, and maybe even like Tom Hanks, you know, because they, you know, what I love about both of them is that they're both very versatile. They can either be very comedic and hilarious, or they can be very serious and they've done some like very big dramatic roles. And I know Tom Hanks, I think it was nominated for an Academy Award, the Philadelphia Story. He had to lose like 30 or 40 pounds or whatever for that role. Yeah, I mean that was
impressive.
That was very, very emotional and very, very impressive.
Yeah.
And then seeing him do that, and also in older movies when he was in like Big or something like that, or doing voiceover for Toy Story. I mean, I love that because they're like, whatever, give them a role and they'll do it, whatever. And also that what's really weird is how I was dressed up as a girl on iCarly. How Tom Hanks, when he started, he was in a show called The Bosom Buddies.
That's right.
And he was dressed up as a girl for the entire show. So I think that's really interesting because you start off, that's very comedic, and then he moves on to do other roles. It's just it's fantastic. So those would be the two people that I would love to work with.
Thank you for visiting Diane Christiansen Coaching at Master Talent Teachers. These interviews are so much fun and so educational that we plan on streaming at least 2 of them per year on this site. Each time In the Moment streams, you will see a child or teen star who's done quite well in the industry recently. So until then, keep working hard on your craft, and remember, your commitment to yourself will always pay off.